As promised, this is the first episode of my mini series. I married a sociopath and then a narcissist. Okay, so before the sociopath and the narcissist, there was a really nice guy. I met him when I was 15 and we got engaged and we got married when I turned 18. Did it last long after that? No, it didn't. Because he was a really nice guy. He came from a very nice family and I didn't belong there in his world. So I sabotaged that relationship and we got divorced, sold all our marital possessions, and I used the money to go out and do my RGIT to go and work offshore. Now, this is where I'm working when I meet the next guy. We'll call him the Glaswegian James Bond. Now, I'm working on an oil rig in the middle of the North Sea, and his helicopter has taken him from his rig and they've landed on mine to refuel before they go back to shore. And he gets off the helicopter, struts down to where I'm working, and he's like, "All right, hen, do you fancy going on a wee holiday when we get off of here?" And I don't even think I looked up, and I'm like, yeah, why the hell not? I mean, who even does that? Me, apparently. And yeah, he was old enough to know better. He was also old enough to be my father. And me, well, quite clearly, I had daddy issues. So yeah, we go on the holiday and it's great, and I end up in a long-term relationship with him where I fall pregnant a good few months down the line and I can't continue to work offshore. So I have the baby and obviously I don't go back offshore to work. I revert back to what I was doing before I worked offshore, which was doing kissograms. But since we bought this flat together, that's really not going to help pay the mortgage. So I see an advert in a newspaper and it's these two girls. They're forming a dance troupe called Leather and Lace, and they're looking for a third member. And I remember applying and I get the position. Probably because I'm the only one. Probably because I'm the only one that applied. Never mind. Yeah, that was a weird one. We were supposed to be strippers. Well, I was a stripper, but I don't think they got the memo because I don't think they didn't even want to take their coats off. Anywho, we start getting lots of gigs in these pubs in Glasgow. But the thing was, the Glaswegian James Bond brother ran a couple of pubs in Glasgow, and he had a big family, and it just so happened every bloody pub we went into, his family were in the audience, all sitting in the back row. And here's me on stage with nothing but a bloody smile, and them making eye contact with me. Yeah, it was somewhat awkward to say the least. So he starts getting a bit paranoid and jealous, and obviously they're saying things to him, and yeah, it's getting kind of awkward. And he starts getting nasty with me, and starts putting his hands on me, and I'm coming home and my makeup's down the toilet, and he's hidden my outfits for the gigs, and yeah, he makes it really, really difficult for me to continue. And I think it came to a head one day, and I think his family had been saying nasty things about me, and they were all going to come round and batter me. So I think I removed myself from the toxic situation, got in the car with my young daughter and drove, I think it was a 3-hour round trip back up to the northeast to my mum's, and I ended up living there with her. Is that the end of him? No. Is it hell? Because he knows I'm now making this good money working as a stripper on the Aberdeen circuit, doing all the pubs and clubs and private stag parties. So yeah, he's coming up every weekend making an excuse that he wants to see our daughter, which was a lot of shit, you know. He's there with his hand out looking for money to pay, wanting me to pay his bills and his mortgage, you know. And I'm like, but I no longer stay there, so why should I? You should be giving me money, maintenance for your daughter. But no, that never happened. Anywho, I hands over money, but it didn't stop there. He wanted more than that. He wanted to get into the bed with me. He wanted to continue having sex with me. It was like he wanted the best of both worlds. He didn't want me living in the flat with him because that had now become his bachelor pad. But he just wanted to come and see us at the weekend with his hand out, and I was to bankroll him. So I got a bit fed up with that, and I says, no, you can't stay at my mum's anymore. You can stay in a hotel if you want to come and see your daughter. No, that was okay. No, he came, he says, no, I can't afford to stay in a hotel. So I had a word with my sister, and she agreed that he could sleep on her sofa. But unbeknown to me, he tried to get in the bloody bed with her as well. I know, the audacity. So I showed him the door. I says, you're not welcome here anymore. No, I don't want to be part of that. So he disappeared with his tail between his legs. Was that the end of him? No, was it hell? But it was for the time being. And yeah, not long after that, like I says, I'm working the Aberdeen circuit as a stripper, and I get this job, this private stag party for this affluent oil men in a bar down by the harbour in Aberdeen. And this is where I will meet the sociopath. Yeah. He didn't, when I think about it, he didn't even ask me for my telephone number. He got someone else to approach me and ask me for my telephone number. It was really weird. He never said anything to me at all. He wasn't like the rest of them. He wasn't outwardly noisy. He was quiet and patient and just watched. He was just watching, saying nothing. Almost like a predator. Yeah, because that's what he was. Thanks for watching, guys. Toodaloo.